All right, this next section is going to cover measuring and constructing angles. All right, so question number 16, we want to find the measure of angle ABD. Right, so ABD is this angle right here. Let's color code that green. Okay, and we also want to find the measure of angle CBD. CBD is this angle right here. I'm going to go ahead and color code that red. Okay, and the only information we're given is that the measure of angle ABC, so ABC, that's the whole thing, is 77 degrees. All right, so let's label the whole thing as 77 degrees. All right, now ignore all the variables and the algebra here and then just look at the red, the green, and the blue. Right? It makes sense that if I combine the red and green together, right, that should produce the same angle as the blue one. All right, so I'm just going to write here red angle plus green angle equals the blue angle. All right, now that I know the relationship using the colors, now I can substitute all the measurements and the expressions. Okay, so the red angle, I'll use the expression 5x minus 17. 5x minus 17 plus our green angle, that can be expressed as 3x plus 22. Equals our blue angle, which is 77. Right, at this point we don't need to keep using 3 different colors. We'll just write everything in one color. Let's combine like terms. Okay, so over here on the left, right, we've got the 5x and the 3x. So that'll be 8x. We've got negative 17 and positive 22. All right, so that's a difference of 5. All right, we're going to add 5 to both sides. Okay, so 8x is equal to 82. And then we will divide both sides by 8. Right, so x is equal to, let's see, 82 divided by 8, 10.25. Okay. All right. So again, some students would stop here, right, and say this is the answer, but the question didn't say find x, it says find the measures of those angles. So we're going to substitute this back into both expressions here to get the number of degrees in each angle. All right, so this will be 3 times 10.25 plus 22. I'm just going to do that over here. 3 times 10.25 plus 22. All right, 52.75. And then this other one here is going to be 5 times 10.25 minus 17. 5 times 10.25 minus 17 is 34.25. All right, so that's the measure of the first angle, and that's the measure of the second angle. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting decimal answers, and a lot of students will do a problem, get a decimal, and they might think that they've done it wrong. So one thing we can do to check our work is we could add these back together, and what we should get is 77. Now I can already tell that's not the case here. 52.75 plus 34.25 actually equals 87. So what did I do wrong? Oh, I know. So I wanted to subtract 5 from both sides here. Silly mistake. Okay, so 77 minus 5, that would have been 72. Okay. All right, And 72 divided by 8 would be 9. Okay, go back here. That should be a 9, which is going to make this 3 times 9 plus 22. 3 times 9. 49. And then we'll fix this. That should be a 9. Okay, 5 times 9 minus 17, 28. That's 28 degrees, 49 degrees. Okay, now let's check. 49 plus 28 is in fact 77. All right, so made a mistake, but we caught it because we went back and checked our work. All right, let's take a look at number 17. Looks like the same type of problem. So they tell us angle ABC, which is this whole thing here, right? That's 177. All right, so let's label that. Did I say 177? It's a 111. Okay. Let's see, this angle right here. And then we have the other small angle right there. All right, so just looking at the colors, right, the green and red combined form the same angle as the blue one on its own. Okay, so red angle plus green angle equals the blue angle. And then now we'll just substitute all the variables and numbers. Okay, the red angle, that's negative 10x plus 58. All right, our green angle is 6x plus 41. And the blue angle is 111. All right, I'm going to go a lot more slower here, so hopefully I don't make a mistake like last time. Okay, let's do this. All right, negative 10x and 6x, that's going to be negative 4x when combined. 58 and 41, it's going to be 99 when combined. All right, equals 111. All right, so we're going to subtract the 99 from both sides. Negative 4x equals 12. And then we'll divide by negative 4. X is equal to negative 3. Okay. All right, we still want to go back and figure out the measurements. So let's take this, and it'll be negative 10 times negative 3 plus 58. Let's see, negative 10 times negative 3. All right, that's 88 degrees. And then we'll do the same thing here. 6 times negative 3 plus 41. 6 times negative 3 plus 41, 23. All right, and now I'm going to check by adding these together on the calculator, and we should get 111. 88 plus 23 is, in fact, 111. All right, number 18, find the measure of the angle using a protractor. All right, unfortunately, I don't have a protractor that I can put on the screen here, but I'll show you how I would place the protractor. I place it here so that the center of the protractor lines up with the vertex, and then I'd actually search for the 0 on this side, and then I'd count, or just kind of go along the tick marks until I got to whatever number's over here. Okay. Now, I can tell you that this is an obtuse angle, which means that the answer is going to be greater than 90 degrees. Greater than 90 degrees. I just can't tell you what the exact measurement is because, again, I don't have a protractor to put on the screen. But yeah, you can measure it at home if you have a protractor. Or, yeah. Okay. All right. That's the end of this video. I think we've got one more page to do. That'll be the next video.